All right, you guys, I thought I would do another one of these tier maker lists. I enjoy doing these, and sometimes I get on here and just look at ones they have available and decide if I want to do them or not. So today, I thought I would talk about iconic video game console startup screens. Now, if you look down here, there's not a million of these, just the ones that they already had in here. So I'm going to do these, and I know that's not all of them, but there's some decent ones in here. So let's check them out. The first one we got is the Wii U right here. I love this intro. It's not the best, but I just remember playing a lot of Wii U, and I got the console when it came out on launch day. So I think it's pretty good. I think the Wii is probably better, but I'm going to put this one at decent. I'm not going to go too high too early here, folks. And as soon as I say that, I go down to the iconic Nintendo GameCube. Now, this was just a really good console, and I just got sandwiched in between two other consoles that were just doing everything right at the time. I do enjoy the Nintendo GameCube, and the iconic intro for the console is one of my favorites. I'm going to put this at great. I love the Nintendo GameCube. Next, we got another console that I bought on launch day. This is the first console I ever purchased with my own money from working a job that I hated. The Sega Dreamcast. Such a great startup screen, and it's just one that I always remember. I just remember seeing that and thinking like, man, this is the future. With the 56K hookup on the back of the Dreamcast, I mean, it was ahead of its time. I wish it would have did a little bit better in the market and not had those stupid games that you could just copy on a DVD-R or a CDR or whatever it was. You could just burn the games off of the discs. It just totally killed the console's momentum and the sales of it. But I really do enjoy it. I'm going to put it at good. Another awesome little handheld that I bought probably within the first year of its release. I just remember this thing was so revolutionary. I never had a handheld that was this powerful, man. It could play some awesome games. And then when I figured out that you could pretty much hack it and put like NES, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis games on it, dude, it was like it came to work with me, and I played this thing nonstop, dude. This was such a cool little handheld. But the startup screen is just abysmal. I don't like it at all. I don't know. I just remember hearing it, and I was like, this is like kind of basic. So I'm going to put it down here in bad. Now we got the PlayStation 2. Man, I can't lie. It's so weird. When I was younger, I was a huge PlayStation fan. I had a PlayStation 1 and a PlayStation 2. But as I got older, I transitioned over to the Xbox. But what a great intro for this console. Who remembers this one right here? This was great. I loved it. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it at the good. I'm gonna put that in good. The next one, I can't lie. This is the launch version of the Xbox 360. Another console that I bought day one. Such an awesome console. But I think I like the revised version of it better, which is this one right here. But I do enjoy it, and I like this one also, so I'm going to put this one in decent. The next one is the Game Boy Advance. I'm going to tell you right now, simple yet so satisfying. How many games did I play on the little GBA and I would see this startup intro. I just loved it. It's great. I really feel like it's just an iconic startup screen. Do I want to put it in great or do I want to put it in good? I'm going to have to go with good. I can't put it better than the PS2 or the Dreamcast. All right, here we go. The original Xbox. Now, say what you will about the Xbox. I owned one. I bought it specifically to play Shenmue 2 on it. Man, this was a cool startup screen. It felt revolutionary. It felt next level when I saw this. Online gaming was just in its infancy, and I just remember seeing this when I started the console up every time. And it made you feel like it was a powerhouse. It made it feel like it was just, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I guess you had to be there back in the day. But you would see this startup screen right before you went into the Xbox Live menus. So I'm going to definitely put this at great. This is one of my favorite Xbox startup screens. Then we got the revised Xbox 360 right here. This is the one that came a little later. And I feel like it's about the same as the original. So I'm just going to keep them in the same tier. It is iconic though. I mean, it is iconic. But I don't know. I don't think I can put it in the good category. The next we got the very simple Nintendo DS. I'm not going to lie. I didn't play it very much back in the day. Maybe I didn't put enough time into the DS, but I did own one, and I thought it was a pretty awesome handheld. So I definitely played it, but this startup screen's pretty quick, pretty basic. I don't know. I just didn't really like it. I'm going to put it at cheeks. I hope you guys don't kill me for that, but I think it's just basic, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't enjoy it very much. So I'm going to put it in the cheeks category. I was going to put butt cheeks, but I figured you guys know what cheeks mean. So the next one is the Nintendo 3DS. Another handheld that I bought, and I do enjoy this one better. I think this is pretty good. I'm going to put this in the decent. I love playing the Zelda Ocarina of Time remaster for this. In my opinion, it's the better way to play the game. It looks great. It controls better than the 64 version. I don't know. I just like it better. So I'm going to put this in the decent category. Now we get to one that you guys would probably be upset about, but not me. The Nintendo Wii. Dude, I did not like this console a ton. It had a ton of shovelware. But one of the things I did like about it was the startup screen. I can't explain it. I like it better than the Wii U. I think it's a good startup screen, and I guess I just heard it a million times, so it's like etched in my brain because every time I would turn the Wii on, I would hear that startup screen, and I would directly go to the Homebrew channel so I could play retro games on it because I hacked the Wii. But I'm going to put it in the good category. Next one is the Nintendo Switch. Now, the Nintendo Switch is similar to the DS, right? It's just one sound, but for some reason, I don't know if this is just a Japanese version of the Switch sound, but like, it's very different, right? I don't remember that little extra at the end after the click. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's cheeks. I'm just going to put it in bad. But the Switch is an amazing console. I just think it has a pretty basic startup screen. Now we're going to talk about the original PlayStation. This startup screen is literally iconic for me. I don't know, just something about it. It made it feel like you were a powerhouse when that controller was in your hands and you turned the console on. One of my favorite startup screens ever. It's going in the iconic. The original PS1 startup screen. How many times did you hear this? And how many times did you just, man, I don't know. It isn't a great startup screen. It's iconic. It's definitely going in the top tier. Now we're going to the PlayStation 4. Not much to talk about here. I don't have a PlayStation 4, so I have no nostalgia for this. But I did listen to it. It's okay, I guess. I don't think it's better than any of these, though. I'm going to put it down here in bad. Now, we got the original Nintendo. Now, everybody knows Nintendo didn't have a startup sound, but the Famicom Disk System did, and that's what this is. But I do enjoy the jingle. It's kind of catchy, and it just reminds me of like the 80s, right? It just reminds me of a time that Nintendo ruled. And this was kind of before they ruled, but I did enjoy it. So I'm going to put it up here with good. Now we got the Xbox One. Pretty simple. It's nothing fantastic. But I liked it. It was kind of an upgrade from the 360 one. And I played a lot of Xbox One also. So I'm going to put it up here with decent. Now we're going to check out the original Sega Genesis startup screen. Sega! Now, if you don't know this, you just wasn't alive back then, or you just didn't have a Sega. Even people that didn't have a Sega remember this startup screen. And you guys know where this is going. This is literally iconic. We're going up here to the top. The Sega Genesis startup screen. Sega! Just so good, dude. Oh man, it's so good. All right, guys, this might shock you. The Neo Geo AES. A lot of people don't know this startup screen, but it's fantastic. It got me hyped, and it's the same startup screen for the Neo Geo arcades. Man, such a cool startup screen. I loved it. I'm going to put it in great. I really feel like it's good. It gets you amped up for the game. And I don't know, it just made it feel like you were playing something next level. Now we got the original PlayStation 3. Like I said, I didn't play a lot of PlayStation 3. And then they got the updated version, which I didn't really play it either. But it sounded kind of worse than that. I'll just put it right here in bad. And I guess what I'll do now is I'll kind of rank them from best to worst in the list. So obviously we'll start down here. There's only one, the Nintendo DS. The PSP and all these PlayStations. For some reason, after PlayStation 2, their startup screens just fell off. I just didn't enjoy them at all. But I do like this one a little better. I'll probably put this here. Yeah, I guess I'll do this. That row's good. With the Wii U and the 360, I'll probably put that here, there, that, and that. Here is tough. I'm probably going to move the Dreamcast over, put the Wii here, the GBA Advance, and the Famicom Disk System. Right here, this is tough, you guys. This is very tough. But in my opinion, this is my list. I'm going to go with the Xbox. Why can't I move that? Okay. I'm going to go with the Xbox first, the GameCube, and then the Neo Geo. This is it, you guys, the iconic tier, and there's only two on here, the Sega Genesis or the PlayStation 1. This is really hard, man. I love the original Sega Genesis, and I love the original PlayStation. If I had to move it, I don't know if I could. But today, I am feeling, even though it's a very small, it's very instinctive. I could play this audio for 100 people, and I feel like more people would know the Sega than the PlayStation one. So I'm going to move this over here, and I put the PlayStation 1 behind it. But they're both great. So there you go, guys. That's my list. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys got any questions or your own opinions, put them down in the comment section below. And like I say at the end of every video, We all can't help everybody, but everybody can help somebody. Peace out, y'all. Take it easy.